Hello, awesome students. How are you? Hope all is good. Today, we are going to speak about a very important lesson called connotation and denotation. What's connotation and denotation? Cheap souvenirs. Well, actually, the word cheap usually comes in a negative meaning at the amusement park. Not very nice to say cheap, though. It's better to say inexpensive. If I ate a moist sandwich, this is positive. I would go negative. I ate a soggy sandwich. That is so negative. Eee. It was too much of fluids around the sandwich that I didn't enjoy. I'm a bargain shopper. I'm a bargain shopper too. I'm a cheapskate. That's not good. Can't say about yourself that you are stingy to pay money and you keep bargaining that the people will be fed up from that kind of bargaining. Isn't it? So, between positive and negative connotations, you have to feel what the author wanted to say. He might be using words. These words, they have meanings in the head of the reader or the audience. And that's the message he wanted to send. So, if we are talking about connotations, positive and negative, what about denotations? As we agreed, denotations are the words that I can get and look them up in the dictionary. Denotation, the specific, the exact, the concrete meaning of the word. So if I want to look up a word, I would go for a denotation, and that would be maybe a context clue that when I write and I want the reader to understand exactly what I mean, I use denotation. I use one word to show the meaning of the whole phrase that I used in a connotation. Scientists and philosophers, yeah, they are the best people to use denotations. Focus on the denotations of words in order to communicate exact meaning. They don't want the reader or the audience to get confused. They have a specific scientific meaning they want to transfer. So I find some people actually think that denotations are easier than connotations. Well, actually, I find connotations easier than denotations. Sometimes I don't want to say just one word to give an exact meaning, but I want to say a whole thing. That would be a positive or a negative connotation. Comparing connotations with denotations, how could we do so? Let's read together. If we try to describe a white dove, what would we say? When I write it in a connotation, I would say a stocky seed or fruit-catching or eating bird with a small head, short legs, pointed tail, and a cooing sound, cuckoo, cuckoo. That's actually a good description for a dove, white dove. I could also say they are also known to be messengers. And I'm sorry that the words are stuck together. They should be known by itself, to by itself, be by itself. But if I want to use this kind of connotations in one word dictionary looking up, if you want to look up or you want the readers to look up words of what you mean by these connotations, you would give them a denotation context clue. You would tell them, white dove, that resemblance to what? It is resembling an innocence, gentleness, tenderness, peace, love, harmony. So what do you think? Do you want to give just one word to mean a whole connotation? And that would be a denotation, one word. Or do you want to say a whole phrase to describe what you mean? I think it's better to write a whole phrase to describe what you mean. Then you can give afterwards a denotation, one word, if you think that the readers would get confused. So doves are the sign of innocence. Doves are the sign of tenderness. Doves are the sign of gentleness. That would be very good as a denotation. So connotations, phrases. Denotations, word. Connotations, phrases. Denotations, words that you can look up in the dictionary. The fight scene in the two towers between the travelers was brutal. Now I have a word, which is the word brutal. Everyone would think, oh, let's look up this word in the dictionary. What does it mean, brutal? But maybe if you have an explanation in a connotation way, it would be easier For example, I can say denotation, extremely cruel. That's what I find in the dictionary. If I look up the word brutal in the dictionary as one word denotation, I would find them saying it means extremely cruel. Here I have the word extremely cruel, which means brutal. But if I want that in a connotation way, I want to say the meaning in a phrase, not just in a one word to look up in the dictionary. I can say violent to the point of entertaining. Yeah, that's one. Brutal, denotation would be extremely cruel in the dictionary. Connotation, it means violent to the point of entertaining. Number two, the couple has a commitment to each other. I would rush and go and check in the dictionary. One word, it means it's a denotation. So let's look it up in the dictionary and find out what language did the author use in his writing. That's really a question that comes in maybe American SAT exams or ACT, or it's supposed to be EST too. And also it can come in the IGCSE, ESL, IELTS exams. So whatever the board would be, they might test you in the language. Do you understand the text in front of you? Especially in reading. So later on, we will have videos on how to read and how to annotate. One of the annotations that would come to you is tell me the language the author used. Was it connotation or was it denotation? Was it one word like brutal or commitment as a denotation? You can look them up in the dictionary. Or was it a connotation? Let's find out commitment though. Commitment, it means a pledge to do. Absolutely. When I have a pledge to do something, that's a commitment. I have a commitment to make this video for you. So it's a pledge to do. The connotation way, we can say it's an emotional connection to another person. And that can transfer the meaning of commitment in a connotative way or a denotative way. The dress she was wearing was really tight. The word tight with my students in my private classes on Zoom, I was giving them the word tight and they were unable to say the connotations really freely. I don't know why. That shouldn't happen. The denotation way to say tight is fixed firmly in place. Yeah, anything fixed firmly in place could mean tight as well as being really tight, really not fitting. You can have that and you can have fixed firmly in a place. The way could be good, fantastic, awesome, good to fix, good to be fixed. So that's the connotation way for tight. So how could we go for a connotation or a denotation? Connotation, as we said, phrases that the author used to give you a certain type of mood. And that's what we will have in the coming video. Let's learn more about what type of moods can the author give to the reader. And connotation are phrases, but denotations is also reflecting a mood, but it's actually accurate. You can look it up in the dictionary, one word, not a whole phrase. If